10 years ago, a guy began a quest. A quest to create the greatest talk show in the universe. He failed dismally. But, like so many other shit comedians who refused to quit, he kept doing it anyway. Welcome to the Late O'Clock 10-year anniversary special.
Stop that music! Stop! Oh, for fuck's sake, somebody get him out of here! Jesus Christ, shit in my pants.
Should I keep dancing?
You get out of here as well! Flippin' heck! Jesus Christ, and you, as the sidekick, the opening is your job to organise, and less than a minute in, someone's been stabbed by a cane. What the balls do you call that?
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Rob.
Hecking shit, Luke. Also, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. It's great to be back as the Late O'Clock sidekick and as the eye candy.
Well, you have lost weight since last time.
I actually had some dental work too. I don't know if you've noticed.
It's an improvement, yes.
Thank you.
But it's your job to warm up the crowd, and we don't start until they're ready. Have you got your warm-up jokes there?
Oh, yeah, Rob. I got it right here.
Great. Throw them in the bin.
What do you mean?
In 10 years, the sidekick's warm-up jokes have never worked, and I'm not letting you ruin the anniversary show. There could be all kinds of TV producers and talent scouts here, not to mention our colleagues.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Big shout-out to all the comedians in the crowd, many of whom have lost money this festival.
Well, don't remind them of that.
It's a compliment.
It fucking isn't.
Okay, Rob, please, just let me do one joke, okay? Just one. And if it doesn't go well, I promise that I will quit the show for good and I'll ignore all the emails that you send me every day begging me to come back.
You get one shot at this and one shot only.
Yes, groin-tastic.
And stop trying to turn that into a catchphrase.
Sorry. Okay, here we go. Get ready to laugh, everyone. Okay, this one is a classic. Hey, Rob. My dog has no nose.
How does he smell?
Well, currently it's actually through a deformed hole in his face.
Christ.
Yeah, he had a birth defect where his nose should be, and there's this kind of a mutilated void. It's very sad, and it's touch and go at the moment. So I just want to say, hang in there, Coco. He's also deaf.
Damn it, Luke. If I wanted to hear depressing material that made me feel like garbage, I'd watch The Gala. This is not good enough.
Rob, you're worried about nothing. It's a 10-year anniversary. Everyone here loves the show and wants to have fun. Watch this. Okay, are you ready to have a good time, audience? See, the crowd is full of friends. Plus they're excited to see you and me back together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rob, we're the dream team. Rob and Luke. We're like peas and carrots. Stewart and Pippin. The comedy festival and comedians having their dreams absolutely shattered.
You mean it?
I believe in you, Rob. Okay, so you just get out there and do it. Okay, and just a reminder, you can help fund Coco surgery at seriouslydeformeddog.com.au.
Fuck this piece of shit show.
Please. I need serious medical attention.
And up yours too, Matt.
Fantastic, and we're good to go. Hit it, Dougie.
It's time for Late O'Clock with Rob Hunter.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. My name's Rob Hunter. I'll be your host, and it's a pleasure to introduce my sidekick for the evening, Luke McGregor. This is a very special night for 8 o'clock. This is the 10-year anniversary show.
Oh, speech.
I'm already talking, you fucking idiot. Before we start, by a round of applause, who here has seen 8 o'clock before?
Oh, and... Sorry, wait for it. And who's here because there was nothing else on and they don't know what's happening?
In 10 years, that has never been funny, Luke. And I don't care who you are, unless you're in a position of influence in the comedy industry, you cannot treat me like garbage and expect me to be fine with it. Mind your manners.
Sorry.
We have a great show tonight, everybody. Geraldine Hickey is here. Larry Dean is here as well. Very exciting. And it's going to be a really fun night.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Good one, Luke. But before we begin, as mentioned, we've been doing 8 o'clock for 10 years now, and for the last 9 years or so, we've been a bit worried the show's getting a bit stale. So, to help keep things fresh, Luke, you've managed to book a very special guest, guaranteed to get tongues wagging.
That's right, Rob, and I hope there's a fire extinguisher in the venue because this act is red hot, and it's good safety practice.
Failing to plan is planning to fail, that's right. And we are very excited about this guest. According to his MySpace, he is the country's most dangerous comedian and the hottest act on the cruise ship circuit. Please welcome to the stage, Eddie the Edge.
Sup, bitches? It sucks to be here. These dipshits only booked me for 2 minutes, or as my ex-wife calls it, how long it takes for me to bust a nut. Ha ha! Eddie the Edge!
Nice, starting with the fastball.
Speaking of assholes, my ex-wife has got a new boyfriend called Joe. And I've not seen a bigger dickhead since I found Rob's dildo collection backstage. Eddie the Edge!
You did walk right into that one, so...
So Joe named his daughter after his favourite drink, brandy. But I think he should have named her after my ex-wife's favourite drink, Maya. As in, Maya Ball Sweat! Eddie the Edge! Haven't seen my own kids in a while, but whatever. No, but seriously, broads are crazy. My ex-wife is convinced I have a drug problem, and I agree. Yeah, the problem is I can't take enough drugs to shut up her fucking whinging. Jesus, I miss my daughter. Eddie the Edge. Is anyone here like having a drink tonight? Yeah. Yeah, people think I'm uncultured because I love to drink beers, but I read a lot. It's mostly divorce papers, restraining orders. Hey, fuck you, Leanne! What, you think I can't raise my own kids, huh? Jesus Christ. I'm so unhappy. Eddie the Edge. No, seriously though, you got to book tickets to my show. It's selling really well, and if anyone's got any casual labouring work, send me an email, Edward_Randall72 at osmail.com. And see you know, if you're out there, I love you, no matter what your skank mum says. I'm out, bitches.
And you can see Eddie's show, Maggot Cunt, 3 p.m. Mondays at the Comics Lounge.
A master at the top of his game.
Flippin' heck, Luke, you always do this.
What?
You say or do something that bums everyone out right before I have to bring out a guest.
Sorry, Rob. I'm just a bit unfocused. I shot my pet horse this morning, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Was he injured in a fall or something?
No. I caught him eating one of my apples, and they're really clearly labelled. I don't tolerate that behaviour.
Fuck's sake. All right, we're just going to keep this show moving. Please welcome to the stage our first guest, Geraldine Hickey.
Sup, fuckers?
Yeah, Leanne, it's me. Just put her on the phone. She's my daughter, you dog! Oh, yeah, sure. Put Joe on, yeah. I'm real scared. Oh, yeah, you're a big man, eh, with your job and your undisqualified driver's license. Well, maybe you're the drunken loser! I was on Hey Hey 30 years ago, you fucking clown! I'm so fucking depressed.
Anyone been to Seahorse World? Just round of applause if you've been to Seahorse World. Not usually that enthusiastic.
Geraldine Hickey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, another round of applause for Geraldine's amazing stand-up set. Welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you, and you're doing a show at the festival called Now I've Got a Boat.
That's correct.
And I wanted to mention that right up top because I noticed, and you'll get a kick out of this, Geraldine,
Yeah.
on the festival website, your tickets are listed at $39. Very embarrassing mistake there.
This
They've
Friday,
written-
Rob.
They've written a 3 instead of a 1, or maybe a 2 on Saturdays. Either way, big old blooper from the comedy festival.
Rob.
So just some levity to start the interview.
Rob,
Someone got fired for that.
Rob, that's what they cost.
What?
That's what Jez is charging for tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's $39.
So for a family of 4, say. Well, not to say that's criminally unreasonable, but worth mentioning now, just so that if anybody wants to see the show, they can get a start on the paperwork for the small loan. Let's get to know you a bit.
Okay.
People might know you from a lot of things. You've been on the gala. You won Best Show Award at last year's festival.
Yep.
You've been on the TV show Metrosexual, which is on 9 Go and 9 Now. So if your TV picks up community television. But I'm not really interested in any of that stuff.
Also
the main
available
reason-
on Virgin Airlines.
Just write that down. The thing, though, is I didn't really invite you to talk about that stuff. The main reason I invited you here is to confront you about some past behaviour, because I simply couldn't stay silent any longer. In 1991, you made some extremely homophobic remarks.
Rob.
In 2006, you said the Jews are responsible for all the wars in the
Rob,
world.
that's not her.
Your historical use of the N-word is reprehensible.
Rob, that was someone else.
What?
That wasn't her. That was a different person. That was Mel Gibson.
Oh. I'm sorry about that.
That happens all the time.
That's my mistake. That's egg on my face. A bit of a miscommunication there.
Burn in hell, you dog!
Hey, leave her alone. It's a different person.
You scumbag. You fucking scumbag.
Okay. No, that seems right, I guess.
Piece of shit.
I'd like to apologise for that, but
I
you really have
couldn't see it, so
no one to blame. Here's something. As people know, one thing we like to do on the show is to use this platform as a means of promoting good causes. And recently we were contacted by an animal shelter who asked us to help promote their message about inoculating pets, which we thought was a very good cause, and we were wondering, would that be something you'd like to help us out with?
No.
Don't do it.
What was that?
That's nothing.
Sorry, Geraldine. So we'll just get you to hold up this sign promoting pet vaccination.
No, don't, Jez. It's a trap. Don't do it.
What is your problem?
It's just, there'll be something terrible on that sign that makes Geraldine look bad.
Shit in my pants, Luke. Tell me one thing about this sign that I haven't accurately described.
That's very funny, Rob.
Oh, she's fine with it. Solid B- stroke. What's the issue?
You think Geraldine's gonna be fine with that? Maybe she's a nice, talented person who deserves respect. Have you ever watched her show Metrosexual?
Like the rest of the country, no.
Do you want me to get that?
Just let it go to the machine.
Hey Rob, just calling to say sorry I can't make the show, and sorry you couldn't get the guest that you wanted. I know the one you have is probably making things tough, but just remember, with a bit of hard work, you can still make useful compost out of a big old pile of cow shit. Oh, also, your x-rays came back. The doctor said it hurts to sit down because it looks like there's a deodorant can lodged in your asshole.
Hey, here's something. You're very active on social media, and I had a look through your Instagram pictures as research for this interview, and I'm not judging anybody, but I couldn't help but notice no fella in there. Which is not a criticism at all. I just thought it was odd. Fine piece of ass like yourself. Lots of pictures of your housemate or best friend or whatever, but we thought maybe we could help out with a brand new dating segment we've got on the show. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Great. So we'll just set up a few things here. Thanks, Claudia. This is very exciting. So everybody, welcome to the first ever Late O'Clock dating show. Hit the theme song, Dougal.
Being single doesn't mean that you're unattractive, but it might be a clue.
So we'll bring out our eligible bachelors now, including some of our most beloved cast members. Geraldine, you'll be pleased to know they're all A-grade cuts of beef by comedy standards. Looks like we're good to go. Geraldine, do you have a question for bachelor number one there?
Yes, I do. Bachelor number one. I'm a modern broad, but I still like to be treated like a queen. Do you think a gentleman should pay for a first date?
Okay, I think I detect a bit of an accent there. That's exciting. Question for bachelor number two?
Bachelor number two. I love a person who is not afraid to take care of themselves. How would you describe your skin?
brown.
I assume somebody having brown skin is not a problem. Something for bachelor number 3?
Bachelor number 3. For me, the key to a good relationship is communication.
Sorry to
What's the
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt there. Rob, is that Geraldine Hickey, the comedian?
Yeah, that's right.
Bachelor number 3. For me...
Sorry, Luke, what's happening over there?
Oh, I think they're leaving.
Oh gosh, that's probably a coincidence. People are very busy nowadays. Let's wrap this up.
Should I do the question? No? Okay.
I have a feeling they've gone, Geraldine. Thanks very much for being on the show. You've been a great guest, and we actually got you a little gift bag to say thank you. So just a few things that could help anybody on their dating journey. Just got some fancy soap. That's a convenient gift. Got some perfume. We could all stand to smell a bit nicer, I suppose. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Got a dictionary with the word hygiene highlighted. There's some more soap in there. You can get that at any supermarket. Book on Judaism and the importance of respecting other cultures.
It was Mel Gibson.
We can't be too careful. And there's an economics book explaining the basic principles of supply and demand. Help understand the concept of ticket pricing. So maybe you could just burn that one. I don't know.
$39. Piss off.
That's for you, Geraldine Hickey, ladies and gentlemen.
Rob, do you have time for a quick game?
Only if you're willing to play for the ultimate prize.
$12.
You know it. So, how's your day been anyway?
Yeah, not great. My dog got caught by the dog catcher again. It got another fine.
Was he walking around without his tags again?
No, it was a DUI. He's a very bad dog. Sorry. I think it's fine. I don't think anyone noticed that happened. I think the sketch is actually better. You're very good at improv. I think we just keep going. Let's play some Jenga. $12 on the line. Here we go. Hope I get the right one.
Very funny, Rob. The bricks are stuck together. Please. I've seen better twists at a Chubby Checker concert.
Who is this guy?
Who am I? Please. I've seen better fake confusion at a Chubby Checker reference. You're a great crowd.
It's my number one talk show rival and no good brother Terry Talk Show.
That's right. And like tickets to a comedy festival show at Trades Hall, nobody's buying. Just kidding. Great venue. But enough of the charade, Rob.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The old fake out, huh? You pretend something goes wrong only to reveal that it was all planned all along. Please. I saw this one coming like financial ruin comes to a comedian performing at Trades Hall. Just kidding. It's a real hub this year.
What are you doing here, talk show?
You know why I'm here, Rob? I'm here for the deed to late o'clock.
The deed to late o'clock. Can we do something about those lights, please?
Nobody's fallen for that one.
Fuck you, Terry!
I know that's fake too, guy.
You can turn the lights back up, thanks, Susie. The deed to late o'clock.
That's right. After 10 long years, your stranglehold on the second lowest rung of the comedy ladder is over. And I want it all. Yeah, the insultingly low fee. The sweet Wednesday midnight time slot. A crowd full of unemployed losers. Oh, mine.
You watch it, pal. It took me years to build this crowd of losers. And what makes you think I'd give it all to you?
Face it, Rob. The world of comedy has passed you by. You never talk about how cool drugs are. You barely talk about your depression. You don't have ADHD. You're not bisexual. And you don't even have a pun in your show title. What's going on, Rob?
I don't know.
You're finished. And I'll be back. And that show deed will be mine. Or should I say, mine indeed. You're a great audience. Hey, go see a show at Trades Hall. Suck my dick. Fuck off.
Mine indeed. That's it's good wordplay.
You're on his side? He's wrong, isn't he?
I don't know, Rob. I mean, maybe it is time to throw in the towel. I mean, you are running low on sketch ideas.
I've got tons of ideas. Just as fresh now as they ever were. That's right. Just as fresh and new and edgy as they ever have been.
Rob, wait!
Sorry,
I'm you from the future!
Rob, who is this?
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me, him or me? Whoa, look at all this old-fashioned stuff.
Rob, I might just keep going for a
Yeah, okay. All right, we might just keep moving with the show, I think.
Wait, don't you want to hear some news from the future?
No, thank you.
Oh, come on, I've come all the way from another dimension or some shit.
Oh, yeah? If you're really me, what's Rob short for?
What's that, Robert?
Shit.
That's right. And I know you've been thinking about quitting the show. I'm here to show you what life would be like if you did. I'm going to take you to the year 2032. This is you 10 years from now with your wife.
Jeez, I look like shit.
Oh, yeah. After you quit the show, you really let yourself go and it affects the marriage. Just watch.
I can't do this anymore, Rob. You used to be the finest piece of ass in all of talk show. Look at yourself. I'm moving in with one of my boyfriends and I don't care how much you beg. I'm not letting you watch me shit on their chests anymore.
Gosh.
Yeah, you make some pretty serious lifestyle changes in the next few years.
Yeah.
But it gets worse. After your wife leaves, you spiral into depression. Your only companion is the later clock horse cow.
Good old horse cow. I can always count on him.
Yeah, you pay him $50 a week to come over and throw piss in your stupid face.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Well, what about the comedy festival? Surely they miss me in my show when I'm gone.
Do they? Let's take a look. The festival replace you with Terry Talk Show's talk show. He invites you on as a guest, but it's just a trick to humiliate and to roast you. Watch.
Hey, welcome back to Talkin' Turkey with Terry Talk Show. Our first guest is Rob Hunter, or should I say, Rob Fuckhead.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, stick around because we've got some fucking lip-syncing bullshit segment or something. How about some hot piss?
Stop! I've seen enough. Maybe one more mug of piss. All right, enough. Take me back to my own time.
Okay. So you see, Rob, that's what happens if you stop doing the show.
You've given me a lot to think about, future Rob. But who's to say if I keep doing the show, life will be any better?
That's something you have to decide for yourself.
Shit in my pants.
Shit in my pants, yeah. That's a thing we say. Anyway, I'll let you get back to the show.
Yeah, hey, wait. How does the Jenga sketch end up going, by the way?
Ooh, not good at all. The punchline does not go well.
Jeez, I don't really want to sit through that. Can we skip through it and go straight to the next bit of the show?
Great idea. Well, I'll take you to the middle of Larry Dean's stand-up set.
Oh, great. I bet that goes well.
Oh, yeah, he's killing it. He's just said that he thinks 9/11 was an inside job. And that even if it wasn't, the whole thing wasn't a big deal anyway. He loved it.
Hello. I'm Larry. I've got body dysmorphia though, which basically means that you're probably looking at, you think you see a skinny white guy, but a lot of the times I look at my reflection, I see a fat Chinese lady. And she usually says to me...
Larry Dean, ladies and gentlemen! Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here, Larry. We're so happy to have you. It's a real thrill to have you on the show. So just 1 second. Luke, 10-year anniversary show. Is this really the best we could...
Rob, you've burnt a lot of bridges.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to know you a bit, Larry. People might know you from a lot of things. You've been on the Comedy Festival Gala. You've been on Live at the Apollo, Mock the Week in the UK. You're a very highly regarded stand-up, amongst other things. It's a very successful career, and here's how I feel about all of that.
That don't impress me much.
So that's that bit. What else?
Rob, sorry to interrupt. Are you okay?
Yeah. Why?
Well, just it doesn't feel like you're trying as hard as you normally would.
What makes you say that? Who could that be?
I got a pizza here for a dumb dipshit.
Do you order a pizza, Larry? Thanks, guy.
No trouble.
Rob,
that's pretty funny.
Sorry, Rob. It doesn't feel like it's up to your usual standards.
I'm doing my best, all right. 10 years I've been coming up with ideas for this show, Luke. Do you know how much pressure it is when audiences expect you to be funny and competent every time you perform? You wouldn't understand. Hey, here's something I think you'll enjoy, Larry. It's been a pretty rough couple of years for a lot of people, and mental health is a cause close to the heart of a lot of our cast. And Larry, we were hoping you wouldn't mind helping us out boost mental health awareness. Would that be something you'd be willing to help us out with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. And I'm very happy to announce that all of my profits from tonight's show will be going to Beyond Blue Australia. And if we could please welcome out our cast member, Naomi Higgins, here on behalf of Beyond Blue. And if you wouldn't mind standing up, Larry, we've got a ceremonial novelty check to hand over.
Rob, just quickly as a heads up, I crunched the numbers and the margins are pretty tight this year with filming cost and props and stuff. It's just so you're aware.
Yeah, no, I see. Well, I mean, every bit helps, and we'll just get. If you wouldn't mind holding that, Larry, plus. And we'll just get some photos. Thank you. Hey, here's something. One thing we've been trying to do on the show for a number of years is just trying to generate a bit more heat and media interest in the show. And Larry, your profile's getting pretty big nowadays, and we were hoping maybe we could kind of piggyback off the back of that and maybe use your profile to help boost the profile of this show with some simple marketing, if that'd be something you'd be...
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Great. So this is a very simple idea, but I'm pretty confident it will at least kind of get us noticed a bit more. So what I've got here is I've got a bunch of religious texts, and from different religions, some of them a bit more tolerant of comedy than others. And I've just got some matches there, so if you wouldn't mind just setting fire.
Oh, Rob, sorry. Rob, I actually did ask the festival about this one, and they said no. So.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, they just said it'd be too dangerous. So.
Well, I wouldn't be the one doing it. I'm not insane.
Well, even though they said if you did go through with this bit, then they would ban you from ever doing a show here again. So.
It costs me money to do the show here. Why would I be cared about that?
Well, they also said they'd replace your show with a night of Australian comedy.
That sounds fine.
It's a night of Australian political comedy.
You fucking dogs. Fine, we won't do it. Can't do anything anymore. Here's something, Larry. Something we like to do on the show when we have special guests is read a scene from a movie script I've written. I know people like this. Would that be something you're keen on?
Yeah, man.
Great, and we've got a role for Geraldine Hickey as well for this. So if we could get Geraldine out, get a chair and a mic for Geraldine. Round of applause for Geraldine Hickey, please. And for anyone who doesn't know, my movie is a gritty cop drama set on the mean streets of downtown America. And just like the Police Academy movies, it keeps getting better and better. Geraldine, you play Cadet Kit Jackhammer. Larry, you play Cadet Gumbleton, and I play the police captain in charge of your training. Remember, it's set in 1985, so some things that aren't acceptable now certainly were then. And this is a very exciting scene. This is the last day before graduation, and you're currently on a case undercover at a swingers club as you try to nab criminal mastermind Esposito while I supervise from a nearby surveillance van. And I can't stress enough how much I dislike preparing this segment. So everyone, welcome to the exciting conclusion of Police School Operation Balls. And take it away, me. All right, recruits. This mission is the culmination of your training. Firstly, comms check. Gumbleton, come in.
I hear you, Captain, you honky cracker. Great to be here in 1985, where my interests include parachute pants, David Bowie, who's still alive, and homophobia.
And we can only hope attitudes change in future. Jackhammer, are you ready?
Yes, Captain. My heart is full to the brim with determination. And by heart, I mean underpants. And by determination, I mean diarrhea.
We're all aware of your bowel issues, kid. Just remember the plan. Infiltrate Esposito's gang, destroy his operation, and execute Esposito with extreme prejudice.
Got it, Captain. Shoot him while calling him horrifying slurs.
That is not what that means.
I'm afraid I insist.
Well, whatever you do, just remember to stay sharp. Every criminal makes a mistake. The biggest mistake? Breaking the law.
And my biggest mistake was only bringing one pair of undies to work. It's like a dang gravy factory exploded down there.
Please try to focus on the job, kid. Now listen, Intel says Esposito's Swingers Club is a front for his drug operation. Remember, you're there undercover as a couple into the lifestyle. Have you chosen your suggestive spy-style aliases?
Yes, Captain, I'm international smuggler Dick Boob Intercourse.
And I'm Larry Dean.
Good. Now blend in, earn Esposito's trust, and bust his operation. Remembering his libido is also his weakness. Good luck.
Here's to crime and boning each other's wives and husbands, eh?
Excuse me, Esposito?
Well, what have we here?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm hetero man Larry Dean. And this is my partner, Dick Boob. We're a couple of horned dogs keen on slamming puss, slapping dong, and so on. We'd like to join your crime gang, please.
Sí, muy bueno. You want to join my gang, huh? Do you have any experience doing crime?
I used to charge people $39 for comedy tickets.
See, true scumbags. I show you my operation. But first, this is a party, no? What say we get a bit more comfortable?
Stay sharp, cadets. Esposito is into some kinky stuff. He hates physical contact, but whatever you say has to arouse him or you'll blow your cover.
You say you like to swing. Tell me, Larry Dean, what is the most sensual part of a woman's body?
Personally, I like their various bits and pieces and how after 20 minutes they end up moist on the inside, yet still crisp and crunchy.
What?
Sorry, I got distracted by this box of chicken nuggets. Let's go with honkers.
See, I hear that. And you, Dick Boob, was it? I like a woman in charge. You talk the talk, but do you walk the walk?
Not only do I walk the walk, I chalk the pork and clork the smoke.
Yeah, baby, yeah. All right, clock that smoke. You got me super horny, but I'm not quite over the line, as they say.
Did I mention I have diarrhea?
Oh, yep, that did it for me. Come, I show you my secret drug warehouse.
This is it, cadets. Stay on guard.
Here you see 1 million tons of stolen chemicals that turn into pills. It is cheap material I could sell for a jacked up price barely anyone can afford.
Ah, the Geraldine Hickey maneuver.
Enough fooling around, recruits. You've got the evidence. Now bust him.
Hold it right there, Esposito. We're not common horn dogs, and even though much of the pornography I enjoy is borderline, we're not criminals either. We're police, and you're under arrest.
Oh, wait, I can explain. I admit my operation is illegal, but these drugs are medicine I give away for free. You see, in America, many vulnerable people can afford life-saving treatments. Not even booster shots for their pet cats.
When are people going to learn vaccines are for pussies?
So I admit, I broke the law, but I am only trying to help those who need it most.
Stop fooling around, cadets. Take him out.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Captain. Price gauging the needy is unacceptable.
Yeah, who do these healthcare providers think they are? Geraldine Hickey, and now I've got a boat, 6 p.m. at the Arts Centre for...
Wait, let me get this straight, cadets. You're defying a direct order from a ranking officer? Then I've got one thing to say to you. Congratulations, you've passed your final exam.
But Captain, I may be a common dumbass, and as you can tell from the way I speak, I even struggle with the English language. But isn't breaking the law illegal?
Indeed it is, kid. But any cop can follow the rules. It takes a good cop to know when to bend them. Let Esposito go.
Oh, muy bueno. A wonderful day for me in the country of wherever I'm from. But it's probably best that I keep ambiguous, eh?
Now let's go home. You've got a graduation to attend.
Thanks, Captain, but the force isn't for me.
What?
You've been a great teacher, but I've decided to pursue my true dream of someday receiving a haircut that costs more than $4.
You'll be missed. You'll be missed, kid. Godspeed.
I guess it's just you and me, Captain.
Not quite, kid. I'm actually hanging up the badge myself. Time for me and Mrs. Captain to settle down. Maybe have a couple little squirts.
I know all about squirts, Captain. Not a day goes by when I'm not covered in my own squirts. What I mean is, I have 3 kids.
So I guess this is goodbye. But before I go, I've always wondered, why do they call you Jackhammer?
Ah, my deepest secret. Are you sure you're man enough to handle the erotic truth?
Let's find out.
They call me Jackhammer because Jackhammer was my parents' surname, so now it's my surname.
Whatever. Take care, kid. I know you'll make me proud.
I'll do my best, Captain. You've taught me that true justice means protecting society's most vulnerable, and that the best leader is a servant of all people, no matter how small. And if any poor bitches want to come to my comedy festival show, they can kiss my diarrhea-soaked arsehole.
And we leave it there. Can I get a huge round of applause for Larry Dean and Geraldine Hickey? Keep that applause going for everyone you've seen tonight. Luke McGregor, Guy Montgomery, Michelle Brasier, Naomi Higgins, Stu Daulman, Matt Stewart, Sam Campbell, Ben Russell, Elyce Phillips, and Dane Simpson. We'll bring our cast out now, please. I'd also like to thank our techs, Susie and Dougal, for doing an amazing job. Claudia and Anthony, Gideon, and everyone who helped put this show together. Susan, Harmony, Nathan and Kate, and special thank you to Rebecca Austin, who helped me cast this at the last second. And this is usually the point in the night in recent years where I say I'm quitting the show and then reveal that I'm not really. Rather than do that, I thought this year I'd take the opportunity to introduce myself properly. My name's Rob Hunter. I'm a comedian and writer from Adelaide, and this show isn't always a great reflection of who I am. I love doing comedy. I love my partner. I love my cat. And I'd like to finish up with some advice for what can be a pretty tough industry to be part of sometimes. If you're a comedian, be kind and decent to the other comics, remembering that the failed comic of today is the powerful producer of tomorrow with a massive chip on their shoulder. If a joke hurts somebody, maybe it isn't that funny. And above all, if you can't move with the times, maybe it's time to move on.
Rob, you don't believe any of that.
It says here I do.
No. Just this morning, you said tolerance is a way weak people get things they don't deserve.
Well, you're paraphrasing.
You don't even own a cat.
Of course I don't own a fucking cat. A cat is just a dog for people who don't deserve love. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, Luke. 10 years and I'm still stuck in the midnight slot on Wednesday interviewing Harry Beans and Geraldine something. I can't even afford to pay for little Billy's medicine.
So thank you so much for letting me have a look around tonight. I ain't never seen no lights as bright as this ones before, sir.
Yeah. 10 years, Luke. 10 years, and what do I have to show for myself?
Get out of the way. Enough stalling. Face it, Rob. You're stale bread. Yesterday's news. The Guy Montgomery of comedy. Now, why don't you do us all a favor and hand over that deed?
Rob, you You don't have to.
I can't keep doing this to myself, Luke. Take the deed, Terry. It's yours.
Finally, shut the fuck up. First thing I'm gonna do with this bad boy is relocate it to Trades Hall. Just for hip digs, though, and historically quite the affordable venue hire fee.
So what are you going to do with the show?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it, Rob. Absolutely nothing.
What do you mean?
It's time I come clean, Rob. I'm not only your brother. I secretly work for the Comedy Festival. And we're aware of the incredible contribution you've made over the years. Sure, we overlook you for pretty much every opportunity that could help your career, but that doesn't mean we don't appreciate the work that you've done, even though there is literally no other plausible explanation for it. Which is why I'm holding on to this deed for safekeeping. And should you ever want it back, the talk show is yours. Whenever you're ready.
You're saying I can come back to the festival club if I want to?
Just to be absolutely clear, I speak on behalf of the Comedy Festival. And in front of all these witnesses, I 100% legally guarantee that if you ever want to do this show or any other, you're welcome anytime. And if we don't let you, we're basically admitting we're all pedophiles.
Wow. So maybe this isn't goodbye forever?
Let's just call it till we meet again. Shit in my pants.
So it did mean something.
I mean, Rob, look around. I mean, we're all here because of you. You know, the show isn't a cast and an audience. It's a family, and you know we're here whenever you need.
That means a lot.
So how do you want to finish the show? Like some kind of big finale, or like a twist ending, or?
There's only one way I could ever want to end the show, Luke. On stage with my friends.
I guess I'll just leave.
Matt, wait! Just to confirm, fuck off. Wrap it up, Dougal.
And so the show drew to a close. Would it be for the last time? Rob desperately hoped so. The cast went their separate ways. Feeling guilty for overcharging patrons, Geraldine Hickey devoted her life to charity in a desperate attempt to avoid hell. Larry Dean started a language school teaching underprivileged children whatever language he was speaking. Matt Stewart passed away the very next day after suffering a terrible dick explosion.
Oh, what?
Bit faster, thank you.
And the rest of the cast did things as well. And as for Rob and Luke, they ended the show the same way they began, as best friends.
From all of us here, thank you. It's the next track, Dougal.
I like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
I liked it. It's good callback.
Shit in my pants. We'll try that again.
What are these notes back here? The wrong track plays. Rob says, it's the next track, Dougal, Jesus Christ. Luke says, I liked it, good callback. Rob says, shit in my pants. We'll try that again. Then fucking hell, Matt, and finishes the show for real. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Fucking hell, Matt. Thank you very much for coming. Good night.